Hello everyone, in this video we are going to cover the topic of write ahead logging. I just picked this topic because we have to cover the next topic, that is LSM trees, and this topic is very necessary for. So first of all, we need to understand that databases usually maintain asset properties. In the asset properties, D stands for durability. So durability means whenever, let's say, there is a power cut, OS failure or an hardware failure happens, our data should not be lost. So let's say I have 1000 rows in my database and there will be a power cut or an OS failure. What I want, whenever my database is going to come up again, I need these 1000 rows again in my database. That's what durability is saying. My data should not be lost. We are going to maintain the durability with the help of write ahead logging. Let's see how. So so first of all, for that we need to understand how data is going to be written in our actual database or in our disk. So we follow this step. First of all, the data is going to be written in our RAM, then it will reach to OS cache, then it will reach to disk cache, and after that it finally reach to disk. Are the 4 steps that every single insert query or a select query, update query is going to follow. But whenever there will be an insert query or let's say update query, it's going to change the value. That query is going to be a part of our write ahead logging file. That's we are going to see. So what I want to maintain one file in my disk in an open format. Let's say it's open format. What I mean that it's an append only file. And let's say if I just simply write an insert query here and let's say there will be a power cut, then my data is lost because user is thinking that data has been updated, but the data is not changed yet. Okay, because there are a power cut, but the data is changing in our RAM. To solve this issue, what we are going to follow, we are going to use a direct IO. We just change all this thing. For our insert or our update query, what we are going to do, we are directly going to write in our disk in our write ahead logging file. So what we are going to say, we are just simply going to write in our disk and we are just going to insert our insert queries, select queries, update query. We are just going to append in this file. Okay, not a select query, only insert and update query because they are going to change the values. So we are just going to put them in our write ahead logging file. When we put all these things, then we can just follow this process of RAM, OS cache, disk cache and disk. Nothing matters. First of all, we are going to put that thing in my write ahead logging file. I think this point is clear. After that, when we put this particular thing in our write ahead logging file, then we are going to pass to our databases and now the database is going to store the data. Or if any power cut or any, let's say, OS failure or hardware failure happen, in that case, what will happen? That whenever the DB is going to be regenerated, it will go to write ahead logging file. It will pick all the queries again and fill and make our database one more time as it is. This is known as write ahead logging file. This is how our data is going to maintain the durability in our databases. So now let's say this is a query. After that, we will write it into a log file and sequentially log file is going to update our DB and DB changes are going to be reflected. Maybe it can add some delay. Let's say a little delay, but it's not going to affect a lot. But for maintaining the durability, we have to take this trade-off. So we also maintain one buffer in our log file configuration. Let's say either you can make a synchronous write. Whenever there is a query, it will going to be write in a log file and at the same time, we're going to update the DB. Secondly, what we can do, whenever there is going to be data into our log file, we are going to run a cron in every, let's say 0.0001 milliseconds, and then it is going to update the data in our databases. Either of the things that you can do, you can tune the flush frequency. That's what I mean by this particular point. Third point is point in time snapshot. This is an amazing point. Suppose that tester is testing the data. In that data, let's say the data is corrupted after, let's say 100 queries. So what you can do, you can just get the write ahead logging file. You can just run up to 100 query and now you know the exact state of the data till the 100 query. And at the 101 query, what data is corrupted. You can just figure it out with the help of this write ahead logging file, or you can just run the query and you can see the databases. This is the benefit of write ahead logging that maintains the durability, that helps you in the snapshots. This is all about it. I think I made you understand what is write ahead logging, and meet in our next video where we are going to see LSM trees as well.